Hey guys, Wrestling Throwdown here. I'm Haley, and I'm actually really excited to do this video today. This is kind of like my extra video, pretty much. What I told you guys I started doing, since I didn't have so many videos during the week, just kind of combine NXT and SmackDown, and then pretty much anything that's happened in the past few days that's either relevant to talk about or something like that. But there was a lot of good stuff that I have to talk about today, and also I did some research the past couple days, and I actually learned about a few people and some pushes and stuff, and I found out some few indie stars that these people who came to WWE, like Becky Lynch, for example. She's an indie star. I did some research on her. I actually heard a lot of people think she's really good and everything, and they kind of are ashamed that WWE's kind of mistreating her, but I did look it up, and supposedly, something good about her, but I'll save that for later. For right now, I think I might as well start off with the first thing, and I already made a post on this in the group that I was going to talk about this, and I know I'm probably going to get like a lot of comments of saying like, oh, of course she's got to throw him in because blah blah blah, and it's not really that I have to throw him in. It's just that this is a recent interview. I think this interview just got posted like 2 days ago. And he talks about like a lot of stuff that, especially about The Rock returning or whatever, he gives his opinion on that. And I think it's really, really funny. And I think a lot of people would be really interested in hearing this. If, obviously, people who don't like The Rock would love to hear this. And even people who do like The Rock, I feel like they can get a little different perspective about this. And I thought this was so funny that he's my favorite wrestler on the roster and that he said this, because I hate The Rock, and I thought it was hilarious when he said this. He also talks about his hair color and stuff and why it is what it is. And he also talks about his wrestling school too. So I guess I'll start with his interview first. As you guys know, I posted both parts too in the group if you guys want to check it out. The Seth Rollins interview. It's about a 20-minute video altogether, a little over 20 minutes. He talks about, he gets really personal in this interview. This is one of my favorite interviews actually, because a lot of times he'll just talk about like a 5-minute interview, and it'll just pretty much to promote SmackDown or something for tickets and stuff. But this one, he got to talk a little bit about his personal stuff and about his wrestling school and about like his career and why he did what he did, like why he's in the wrestling business and stuff. So first of all, they ask him about The Rock returning, and I want to quote him on this. I found his quote actually, because I don't want to he goes, this is him quoting too. There's a little bit of resentment. There's got to be, but it's mostly envy, because we all want to have the level of success that he has. We all want to have the ability to walk into a room and, be as well received as he was. And he talks about him taking a cheap route. And about the whole Brooklyn jacket thing. Because they were in Brooklyn, and he kind of takes a snap at that and says, Rock pretty much wears whatever city they're in. He wears something to represent the city to get, pops. He's pretty much talking about that. And he goes, I know I don't wear anything special. Only if I'm in my, home state, I'll wear something, for Iowa or something. But he goes, I'm not a fake like that, and I don't wear something for every state. And he, as much as you guys, even if you love The Rock and you don't think this is true, he has what he's saying. It makes a lot of sense, because The Rock does do all this stuff. He does, wear all these different outfits for every single city or state he's in. And it's just like, it's fine if it was just for his home state or whatever, or home city or whatever. But he doesn't. He wears it for everything, and I just think it's so funny that Seth actually brought that up, and he thinks that he gave up the cheat route and everything like that. And he talks about like the future of the WWE, and he says how bright the future is and everything like that, and how there's a different perspective on it. And how he talks about, they ask him, I guess, who his favorite wrestler was or something growing up, and he talks about Shawn Michaels, and I love this too, because obviously I've read a couple articles that a lot of people think that Seth Rollins reminds them of Shawn Michaels in a lot of ways, and obviously no one will ever be capable up to Shawn Michaels' potential and talent. Never. I don't care who you are. You'll never be good as Shawn Michaels. But he talks about how he was like, he's the same weight and height as Shawn Michaels and everything, and like Shawn Michaels was his role model growing up for pro wrestling, because Shawn Michaels had it all, he did it all, and he wasn't big, he wasn't tough, he was just a normal average height and weight, and he did it all. And that's what Seth pretty much said, is that's why he's there and everything, because of Shawn Michaels and everything. It proves to him that he can do anything, no matter, even if he's only 6'1" and I think 219 pounds or something like that. But I thought it was interesting. And he goes into the Shield and stuff like that, and how successful they were, and just a lot of good stuff. And then he talks about his wrestling school too. It's actually, what is it called again? I'll look it up for you guys real fast. It's really interesting because his two best friends are running it while he's not there, and he actually says he's there quite a bit. He's there at least like once a week, because he says he's off, I guess, on Wednesdays and Thursdays. But it's called The Black and the Brave. Yep, The Black and the Brave Wrestling Academy. And you guys can go on the website and stuff. I can send a link to if you want to check it out. But it's pretty expensive. But it's awesome too. Wow, that's kind of crazy. It's almost like you get a way better deal just doing it for three months in just one time. But yeah, it's interesting, and obviously all three of them have to do with CrossFit there too. So like, if you wanna, I know Paul Jazer, he says he's trying to get into wrestling school. That might be, I mean, that it's pretty expensive. Seth's school is pretty expensive, so you gotta have some money on you. Well, for any wrestling school, I feel like you have to have money on you, but if you really wanna, you'll get a good chance to meet them and stuff like that. It's just like, I almost want to just sign up just to meet them. But it's interesting. You guys can check that out if you're interested. And what else did he talk about? He talked a lot about Layla, his fiance. Oh, the hair. I forgot about the hair. The two-toned hair. It was kind of interesting because you know how like WWE always, like, if they want a certain look to obviously the wrestler, they'll tell you what to do and stuff like that. Like, oh, you need to change this, you need to change this. I always thought, like, Seth's talked about his hair, his two-toned hair, in other interviews, but this is like the first interview he actually came out and said that he didn't like it. It was pretty funny because he always says that in his other interviews he did it to be different. He's just like, oh, there was too many guys with long brown hair, so I wanted to obviously stand out, so that's why I did the blonde hair on the other side. But he actually says that he doesn't even like the blonde hair, and like he didn't even want to do it, and he says that he's going to go back to it being all one color. And I'm just like, well, why the hell did you not do? Why did you do it? I'm guessing WWE said something to him and said like, oh, we need a new look and stuff like that. Maybe they let him decide, I don't know, but it's definitely possible. And if you say no to WWE, they can fire you. So it is a good chance that he really just doesn't like it, and he obviously has to deal with it because of WWE right now. And I thought it was interesting though, because he always says in interviews that he likes his hair. I just thought that was interesting. And that's pretty much it for the big news on Seth. It was a good interview though. Definitely watch it. He talks about his school and everything, and a little bit of his personal life, and about him being on the road and stuff. And he talks about how he got into wrestling and stuff like that. And probably most of you guys know this, though. He said this in some of his other interviews, though, too. I just thought the Rock thing was extremely funny, that he doesn't like the Rock, and I never knew he didn't like the Rock, so it just makes me love and respect him even more that he doesn't like the Rock, because I feel like I'm like one of the only people that I know that doesn't like the Rock, and I just thought it was funny that he didn't like him either. Alrighty, let's move on to NXT. We'll talk about Becky Lynch versus Charlotte. Charlotte won, obviously, but I do want to talk about Becky Lynch. A lot of people are really upset that she's on a losing streak right now, and that they think she deserves obviously better. They talk about her being an indie star, and really good indie star. She's actually pretty young too. I think she's only like 27. She's about AJ's age. But there is some backstage stuff that I guess she's in line for a push and an attitude adjustment, whatever that means. I guess I don't know if that means that she's kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? Like pushy backstage, you know, kind of got that ego going for her. Not really sure. Maybe that's what it was, or I'm not really sure though. But they are definitely, that's the word going on, that she is supposed to be getting a push. So maybe she'll be the next in line for the title. Who knows? I still think they're going to go with Sasha Banks, but we will see. Carmella, a new diva, an NXT diva, she made her in-ring debut last night, and she won. I guess she was a few weeks of training under a Moore and Big Cass. Interesting. So she was trained by them. But yeah, she made her debut last night. It's interesting. She's interesting. She's got an interesting look to her, so we'll see where it goes. The whole storyline's interesting with her and Moore and everything. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Like I said, though, this is what I wanted. I'm glad that they actually finally are bringing in, obviously, women wrestlers that are actually, because the NXT Divas division was getting kind of slim. And especially if Charlotte's moving back up, they need to obviously up it a little bit again. So it'll be interesting to see that. Sami Zayn versus Tyson Kidd, and this was obviously for this was just yeah, just a match, but it was a great match, great match. Both two very talented guys, and Sami Zayn, he's really looking like he's going to be the one to beat Adrian Neville, and I really hope so. And I did read backstage that they are thinking of very soon that Adrian Neville's going to move up. So hopefully that happens, because then Sami Zayn, obviously, I still am pissed about that. I do still think that Sami Zayn needed to move up before Adrian Neville, but I'm glad that Adrian Neville's finally getting his chance to shine now. So yeah, I'm happy about that, definitely. It's very good for Sami Zayn. I always thought he was very talented, you know. And I know a lot of people didn't like that he, you know, didn't have the mask obviously going for him when he debuted and everything. Everyone was just like, "Oh my God, WWE's not letting him have his mask. It's so stupid." I kind of like him without the mask. I mean, WWE's gotta make their talent original. I mean, they got to do something different from what they did in the indies, because if they did everything that they did in the indies, I mean, they're just pretty much ripping off people. And WWE likes to create their own superstars, you know, their own characters, their own gimmicks, all that. So they had to do something different. And I like it too. I do. I definitely like it. But NXT was interesting this week. Adrian Neville wasn't there this week. It was kind of interesting to see him. That's the thing with Adrian Neville. They just don't know what to do with Adrian Neville. I have a feeling that they're just, they know they made a huge mistake and giving him the title right away, because now they just don't know what to do with him, because they don't want him to move up, because they're not going to have anything for him. And it's sad. It really is. Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins on SmackDown. That was a great match. It's funny. I read an article too on this that a lot of people, I guess, like, I don't know if it's just like the people that obviously do the websites or something, but that's pretty much their opinions they're giving it, and they're pretty much saying that they're upset that Dolph Ziggler hasn't gotten a win over Seth Rollins yet. And I mean, they're both extremely talented. I love them both. But it's just like, obviously, Seth needs to win more than Dolph right now. I mean, I could see if maybe they weren't really doing anything with Seth, then they could let, obviously, Dolph get a win, and they probably will eventually. But Seth has to look strong, because Dean's obviously looking strong going into Hell in a Cell. So Seth has to look strong going into Hell in a Cell. I mean, they can't just... I mean, Dean just can't win everything and then Seth lose everything. I mean, it's just, it won't look good. People won't get excited for the Hell in a Cell, because then they'll be like, oh, Dean's going to kill him. Dean's going to crush him. You know, it'll be more excited if they're more even in their matches. So then they can be like, oh, who's going to win, you know? So, I mean, it would be nice for Dolph to get, you know, a chance and stuff like that, but not against Seth, not right at this moment, because they need Seth to look strong for Hell in a Cell. Seth is in the main event picture right now. They can't just have him. Now, him losing to Heath Slater, that was obviously for good reasons. That was for, obviously, just for a joke, and for no one even cared about it, because when people did try to care about it, Heath Slater didn't even get a push, so it was a joke. And obviously it was just for Dean to pick the match, pretty much. But that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Layla versus AJ. Layla's kind of getting sloppy in the ring. I don't know if it's her age, or because she is getting up there close to 40 actually now. I've said it quite a few times. Layla needs to retire, and it's not. I'm not trying to be, you know, like she can't wrestle at all anymore. It's just that she's definitely one of the older divas that have actually stayed in the past. I don't know what, like at least 15 years maybe, that have stayed this long, since this, you know, as old as she is, you know. And because I mean, everyone else, they usually end in their mid-30s, and she's obviously past her mid-30s now. So yeah, and plus she's already had 2 knee surgeries, so I feel like it's time for her. And she's not really doing anything. I mean, I could see if maybe they were thinking of giving her the title one more time, but I don't even think they will. Because, I mean, they got AJ, they got Paige, Charlotte's coming up. And then, obviously, you can have Naomi. And then the Total Divas, obviously. So, I don't know. It's just not looking good for Layla. And there's no storyline, nothing to it. So, and they just keep turning her heel and face, and they just don't know what to do with her. So, I feel like it's time to just, you know, cut it loose and just... I mean, I know they can't force her to retire, technically. Well, I don't know. I don't know if WWE can force... I mean, they can obviously release her and stuff like that. They can suggest it, obviously. But I don't know. I guess if they still want to use her, I guess she's good for, obviously, the whole... they want to have Total Divas matches against, you know, non-Total Divas matches. I guess that, too. And just for random matches, I guess she's okay for her. But I don't know. I just think that Layla needs to start thinking about lacing up her boots. Because, yeah. Or unlacing up her boots, I guess. Because lacing up her boots would pretty much mean that she's starting. So, okay, the Mark Henry thing. Big Show comes out with Mark Henry, and they talk about Rusev and how Big Show's going to have a match with Rusev at Hell in a Cell. And he pretty much tells Mark Henry, it wasn't cool what he did on Monday, and that he needs to stay out of this match and not interrupt. And Mark Henry agrees. Mark Henry didn't get mad or anything like that. But how long is this going to stay for? Like, I mean, this is like, this is so predictable. I don't know, though. Like, are they going to make it so predictable that they're going to, like, completely try to twist us and then, like, not have Mark Henry turn heel and have maybe Big Show turn heel? No, that would be a shocker. But I think everyone, I've even read articles, too, on this, that everyone says that Mark Henry's better as heel. He needs to turn heel. He's just... And, I mean, the Big Show and Mark Henry feud, I think, could be really good. I mean, while they're helping out the younger talent and everything like that, I think he really does. And Big Show's obviously better as a face because he looks like a giant teddy bear. So Mark Henry, he's always got that, that look that's kind of more villainish than, But yeah, it's just it's interesting. I'm not really sure. I know Big Show's gonna come, or not Big Show. Mark Henry's probably gonna come out at Hell in a Cell and cost Big Show his match, but I don't know if it's gonna be like he's gonna hit him without the referee seeing, and then I don't know. I don't know what's exactly going to happen, and then Rusev's gonna pin him or put the accolade on him. Who knows? But something's going to happen where Big Show's either gonna almost win, and then Mark Henry's going to screw him or something like that. I definitely see a heel turn with Mark Henry, and I think that's going to do good too because they try to do a few short runs with him as a face. The only time it really worked was when he was Sexual Chocolate, pretty much, and when he was with Mae Young. I mean, that was the only time it was really appropriate, I guess. Other than that, though, Mark Henry is a heel. I can't see him any other way. And that's pretty much it. Seth, came out during Dean versus Kane match, but that's nothing really big. Just getting ready for Hell in a Cell. Nothing too big happened this weekend. Just the Sami Zayn definitely can see. I can definitely see him as coming NXT Champion. And the whole Mark Henry heel turn. That's about it, though. I haven't heard of anybody getting other pushes other than Becky Lynch, and no heel turns. I mean, the Mark Henry thing. I'm just predicting of what it's going to be. I can just see it happening. But who knows? They might pull a fast one on us, and they might either turn Big Show heel in the process, which would be interesting. I wouldn't really like that. I mean, I don't know. I guess it could be interesting, see it in the other way. Is having Mark Henry as a face and then Big Show as a heel. I think that Big Show's better for the kids. And that's why I feel like they want to keep him face, but that's just my opinion. And the whole, yeah, and like the whole John Cena thing turning heel, like how me and Joe said that he was kind of heelish. I don't think that's really going to happen either. Nothing. I don't think the only heel turn I see that's happening, or the only heel/face turn I actually see happening, is the whole Mark Henry thing. But that's about it at Hell in a Cell. That's about it. Okay, I guess this video was a little bit shorter than what I wanted it to, but I don't want to just go on a rampage and just rant about random stuff. So I guess I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter. And don't forget to join our Facebook group if this is the first time you're watching and you like the content. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.